Future Christmas of 2022 event by Colton Dennis. Hello everyone and welcome to Future Christmas, where tonight all 4 championships will be defended, said announce number 1. Oh, and I can't wait. And we still need to figure out who will challenge for the global championship, said announce number 2. That's right, since both men in number 1 contenders match were counted out. But instead of sitting here and wasting time, I say we get things started. What do you think? Asked announcer number 1. I think it's time to fight, said announcer number 2. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is for the XX Championship. Introducing the challengers first, Onyxia. And her opponent, she is the XX champion, Moxie, said announcer number 3. Moxie raises the title then hands it to referee number 1. Referee number 1 raises the title, walks towards the ropes then hands it to number 1. Bell dings. Moxie and Onyxia are walking around the ring. Moxie goes to lock up with Onyxia. Onyxia holds up her hands then walks backwards. Give me a second, please. Onyxia pulling onto the top rope. Moxie is watching Onyxia, then approaches her. Onyxia sticks her torso through the middle ropes. Get her back, said Onyxia. Step back, Moxie, said referee number 1. Onyxia comes back through the middle rope, walks around the ring, goes to lock up with Moxie then walks away again. Onyxia is trying to get into Moxie's head, and I think it's slowly working. Moxie has a temper on her, said announcer number 1. Onyxia puts her leg onto the second rope then stretches. You would think she'd stretch in the back before the match, said announcer number 2. Again, she's just trying to get into Moxie's head, and she won't let that happen much longer, said announcer number 1. Moxie approaches Onyxia. Onyxia sticks her torso through the middle rope again. Get her back, said Onyxia. Get back, Moxie, said referee number 1. Onyxia comes back through the middle rope, walks around then stops. Both Moxie and Onyxia go to lock up. Onyxia goes underneath Moxie's left arm then slaps the back of her head. Moxie slowly turns around. Onyxia is laughing then looks at Moxie. Moxie continues staring at Onyxia. Wait, said Onyxia, holding up her hands then rolls outside of the ring. Moxie rolls outside of the ring then chases Onyxia. Look at Moxie chasing Onyxia, said announce number 2. Onyxia slides into the ring then stands up. Moxie slides into the ring. Onyxia continuously kicks Moxie. Moxie continuously groaning. Onyxia just sucked Moxie into her trap, said announce number 1. Moxie kneels onto the mat. Onyxia kicks Moxie's chest. Moxie groans. Onyxia goes to kick Moxie. Moxie grabs Onyxia's left leg. Onyxia is shaking her head. Moxie stands up. Onyxia jumps up, then does an enziguri onto Moxie. Moxie groans, then falls onto the mat. Onyxia quickly covers Moxie. 1, 2. Moxie kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Onyxia stands up then continuously kicking Moxie. Moxie continuously groaning. Onyxia picks Moxie up, sets her up, then does a snap suplex onto her. Moxie groans. What a snap suplex, said announcer number 2. Onyxia covers Moxie. 1, 2. Moxie kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Another close one by Onyxia, said announcer number 2. Onyxia stands up, picks Moxie up, then whips her into the corner. Moxie groans. Onyxia runs at Moxie. Moxie does an elbow onto Onyxia. Onyxia groans then walks away. Moxie jumps onto the second rope, leaps off of it, then does a clothesline onto Onyxia. Onyxia groans. Moxie lays on top of Onyxia, then continuously punches her. Onyxia continuously groaning. Hey, get off of her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Referee number 1 pulls Moxie off Onyxia. You have a 5 count, Moxie. Don't make me disqualify you, said referee number 1. Moxie holds up her hands. Moxie needs to be careful, said announcer number 1. Onyxia slowly stands up. Moxie runs at Onyxia, picks her up into her right shoulder, then continuously rams her into the corner. Onyxia continuously groaning. Moxie stands up, then continuously punches Onyxia all over her body. Onyxia continuously groaning. Hey, get out of the corner. 1, 2, 3, said referee number 1. Moxie holds up her hands, then walks away. Moxie doesn't really need to be disqualified, said announcer number 2. But if she does retain her title, said announcer number 1. Moxie looks at Onyxia, runs at her, then does a jumping knee into her chest. Onyxia groans. Moxie runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Onyxia drop kicks Moxie's left leg. Moxie flips onto the mat, groans, then holds her left leg. Isn't that the knee she had surgery on a few years ago? Asked announcer number 2. Yes, it is. And now Onyxia has her target, said announcer number 1. Both Moxie and Onyxia stand up. Onyxia runs at Moxie, then shoulder blocks her left leg. Moxie flips onto the mat again, then groans. Onyxia stands up, grabs Moxie's left leg, then does an elbow drop onto it. Moxie groans. Onyxia wraps Moxie's left leg between her legs. Moxie continues groaning. What does Moxie need to do to break this hold? Asked announcer number 2. Relay on her ring experience, said announcer number 1. Onyxia tightens the submission. Moxie groans. Lifts her right leg, puts it over Onyxia, pushes her onto the mat, then continuously hits her with it. Onyxia continuously groaning, then breaks the submission. Nice idea by Moxie, said announcer number 2. Both Moxie and Onyxia stand up. Onyxia goes to grab Moxie. Moxie moves Onyxia's arms, then continuously punches her. Onyxia continuously staggers backwards, then kicks Moxie's left leg. Moxie falls onto the mat, then holds her left leg. Onyxia was smart enough to go back to Moxie's leg. Onyxia kicks Moxie. Moxie groans. Onyxia goes through the bottom rope, then climbs up the turn buckle. You rarely see Onyxia go to the top turnbuckle, said announcer number 1. Onyxia gets to the top turnbuckle. Moxie stands up, runs up the turnbuckle, then knees Onyxia's jaw with her right knee. Onyxia groans, then sways on the top turnbuckle. Moxie is groaning, then sets Onyxia up for a suplex. Will Moxie have enough strength in her legs to lift Onyxia? Asked announcer number 2. Moxie suplexes Onyxia off of the top turnbuckle. Both Moxie and Onyxia land onto the mat, then groan. What a suplex by Moxie, said announcer number 1. Both Moxie and Onyxia are slowly standing up. Moxie punches Onyxia. Onyxia groans, then goes to punch Moxie. Moxie ducks, wraps her arms around Onyxia's waist, then does a German suplex onto her. Onyxia flips, then lands face first onto the mat. Oh man, that looked like a devastating German suplex, said announcer number 2. Moxie slowly stands up, then waves at Onyxia. Music is playing. Moxie looks up at the stage. Mystrial appears on stage, then walks down the ramp. Will Mystrial sign her contract tonight? Asked announcer number 1. Mistrial stops next to the ring, then pulls out the pen. The pen clicks. Sign it. Come on, sign it, said Moxie. Mistrial is smiling. Moxie better pay attention to what's going on behind her, said announce number 2. Moxie turns around. Onyxia does a running knee onto Moxie. Moxie is laying on the mat. Onyxia covers Moxie. Will this be it? Asked announcer number 1. 1, 2. Moxie barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Do it again. Onyxia, do it again, said Mistrial. Mistrial is telling Onyxia to do her running knee. Again, said announcer number 1. Onyxia stands up, then walks towards the corner. Get up, said Onyxia. Moxie is slowly moving. Onyxia continues waving at Moxie. Moxie stands up. Onyxia runs at Moxie. Moxie quickly superkicks Onyxia, falls onto her right knee, then stands up. Mistrial slides into the ring, stands up, then swings the clipboard. The clipboard hits Moxie's head. Moxie groans, then lays onto the mat. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Bell dings. Mistrial continuously kicking. Moxie continuously groaning. Aries runs down the ramp, then slides into the ring. Mistrial goes to punch Aries. Aries ducks. Mistrial turns around. Aries does a thrust spinebuster onto Mistrial. Mistrial groans, then rolls outside of the ring. Aries turns around. Onyxia does a running knee onto Aries. Aries groans. Onyxia stands up, looks at Moxie, then runs at her. Moxie lifts. Onyxia then does a spinebuster onto her. Onyxia groans, then rolls outside of the ring. Mistrial grabs Onyxia, then helps her up. Both Aries and Moxie stand up inside of the ring, then stare at both Mistrial and Onyxia. What a way to end the match. Mistrial hits Moxie with her clipboard. Then Aries comes down to save Moxie. This rivalry is getting better and better, said announce number 2. Yes, it is. Well, folks, we now move to our tag team championship match, said announce number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is for the tag team championships. Introducing the challengers first, Smite and Suave, and their opponents. They are the tag team champions, Revanger and the Strangler, said announcer number 3. Both Revanger and the Strangler raise their titles, then hand them to referee number 2. Referee number 2 raises the titles, walks towards the ropes, then hands them to man number 1. Bell dings. Both Revanger and Suave are walking around the ring. Looks like Revanger and Suave will start off this match, said announcer number 2. Both Revanger and Suave lock up. Suave rolls Revanger onto the mat. Revanger kneels onto the mat, then looks up at Suave. Suave smiles. Revanger stands up, then walks around the ring. Both Revanger and Suave lock up again. Revanger puts a headlock onto Suave. Suave groans. Revanger tightens the headlock. Suave groans, wraps his arms around Revanger's waist, then rolls him onto the mat. Revanger kneels onto the mat against the ropes, then stands up. Come on, said Suave. Revanger stands up, then tags the Strangler's right hand. The Strangler goes through the middle rope. Here we go, said announcer number 1. Both Suave and the Strangler walk around the ring, then lock up. The Strangler pushes Suave into the corner. Hey, get out of the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both Suave and the Strangler raise their arms. You have a 5 count, said referee number 2. Suave runs at the Strangler. The Strangler does an arm drag onto Suave. Suave stands up. The Strangler does another arm drag onto Suave. Suave is kneeling onto the mat next to ropes, then looks at the Strangler. I guess Suave forgot how talented Strangler was, said announcer number 2. Suave stands up, then tags Smite's left hand. Smite goes through the middle rope, then runs at the Strangler. The Strangler does an arm drag onto Smite, then holds his right arm. Smite groans, then tries standing up. The Strangler pulls Smite back onto the mat. Strangler ain't letting Smite get up, said announce number 1. The Strangler tightens the submission. Smite groans, then slowly stands up. The Strangler continues holding onto Smite's right arm. Smite stands up, then rolls the Strangler onto the mat. The Strangler stands up. Smite does a hip toss onto the Strangler. The Strangler groans, then stands up. Smite bounces the Strangler off of the ropes, then drop kicks him. The Strangler groans. Smite covers the Strangler. 1, 2. The Strangler kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Smite picks the Strangler up, then whips him into the corner. The Strangler groans. Smite runs at the Strangler. The Strangler lifts Smite over the top rope. Smite lands onto the ledge of the ring. The Strangler looks at Smite, then goes to punch him. Smite blocks, then punches the Strangler. Revanger runs at Smite. Smite does a back elbow onto Revanger. Revanger falls off the ledge of the ring. The Strangler runs at Smite. Smite shoulder blocks the Strangler's stomach. The Strangler groans. Smite jumps up. Revanger grabs Smite's left leg, then pulls him down. Smite hits his head off the ledge of the ring, then he groans. Oh, Smite could have gotten a concussion from that, said announcer number 2. The Strangler tags Revanger's left hand. Revanger jumps off the ledge of the ring, picks Smite up, then bounces his head off the announce table. Smite groans. Hey, get in here now, said referee number 2. Revanger throws Smite into the ring. Smite stops rolling, then reaches out his right hand. Suave reaches for Smite's right hand. Revanger slides into the ring, then does an elbow drop onto Smite's back. Smite groans. Revanger wraps his hand over Smite's face. Smite is groaning. Revanger has some sort of crossface on Smite, said announce number 1. Revanger tightens the submission. Smite continues groaning. Suave goes through the middle rope, then kicks Revanger. Hey, stay on the ledge, said referee number 2. Suave goes through the middle ropes again, then stands onto the ledge of the ring. Revanger runs, then hits Suave. Suave falls off the ledge of the ring. That's what you get, said Revanger, turning around, then approaching Smite. Smite lifts Revanger up, then does a flapjack onto him. Revanger groans. Both men are down and need to make a tag to their partners, said announcer number 2. Both Revanger and Smite are crawling towards their corner. Both Suave and the Strangler are holding out their right hands. Both Revanger and Smite tag both Suave's and the Strangler's right hands. Both Suave and the Strangler go through the middle ropes. The Strangler goes to clothesline Suave. Suave ducks, then bounces off the ropes. The Strangler lifts Suave. Suave reverses it into a head scissors. The Strangler flips onto the mat, then groans. Suave picks the Strangler up, bounces him off of the ropes, then drop kicks him. The Strangler groans. Suave covers the Strangler. 1, 2. The Strangler kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. That was a close one, said announcer number 1. Both Suave and the Strangler stand up. The Strangler goes to punch Suave. Suave ducks, sets the stranger up for a back suplex, then lifts him. Revanger Slides into the ring, stands up, then back kicks Suave's stomach. Suave groans, then drops the strangler. Revanger runs, bounces off of the ropes, does a knee lift, then a neck breaker onto Suave. Suave groans. Revanger stands up. Smite appears on the ledge of the ring. Revanger runs at Smite. Smite pulls down the top rope. Revanger goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Smite stands up onto the ledge of the ring, jumps up, then does a springboard moonsault onto Revanger. Revanger groans. "What a springboard moonsault," said announcer number 2. The strangler hooks Suave's legs. 1, 2. Suave barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. The strangler stands up, then grabs Suave's head. Suave kicks the strangler's head. The strangler groans, then walks towards the ropes. Suave does a kip up, runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then does a crossbody onto the strangler. Both Suave and the strangler go over the top rope, then land onto the floor. Both legal men are outside the ring. "They need to get back inside," said announcer number 2. Both Suave and the strangler slowly stand up. Both Revanger and Smite are punching both Suave and the strangler. Revanger knees Suave's stomach. Suave groans. Revanger whips Suave. Suave reverses it. Revanger goes into the steel stairs, then he groans. Smite punches the strangler. The strangler groans. Smite climbs onto the barricade, runs, then jumps at the strangler. The strangler does a scoop power slam onto the floor. Smite groans. Suave punches the strangler. The strangler groans. Suave kicks the strangler's stomach, then sets him up for a pumfandle slam. "Here comes the pumfandle slam," said announcer number 1. Suave lifts the strangler. The strangler lands onto his feet. Behind Suave. Suave turns around, then runs at the strangler. The strangler lifts Suave. Suave springboards off the ropes, then does a DDT onto the strangler outside the ring. The strangler groans. Suave is holding his left arm. 8, 9, 10. "Ring the bell," said referee number 2. Bell dings. "Ladies and gentlemen, both teams have been counted out. But, still your tag team champions, Revanger and the Strangler," said announce number 3. Both Revanger and the Strangler retain their titles by count out, said announcer number 2. "What a match this was. We had fighting and high-flying action. What else couldn't you get out of a match like that?" asked announcer number 1. "I don't have an answer for you, but that was cool," said announcer number 2. "Well, folks, we move now to the Transcontinental Championship match," said announcer number 1. Bell dings. "This match is scheduled for one fall, is a TLC match, and is for the Transcontinental Championship. Introducing the challengers first, the Stalker, and his opponent, he is the Transcontinental Champion, Puppeteer," said announce number 3. Puppeteer raises the title, then hands it to referee number 3. Referee number 3 raises the title, then straps it to a hook. The hook is being raised up. Bell dings. The Stalker goes through the middle rope, then grabs a ladder. Puppeteer rolls outside of the ring, runs, then hits the Stalker's back. The Stalker groans. Puppeteer punches the Stalker. The Stalker groans, then walks away. Puppeteer follows the Stalker. Stalker thought he could just easily get the title, but he couldn't even get a ladder that easily, said announcer number 2. The Stalker continues walking, then stops. Puppeteer approaches the Stalker. The Stalker kicks Puppeteer's stomach. Puppeteer groans. The Stalker grabs Puppeteer's head, then bounces it off the steel stairs. Puppeteer groans. The stalker grabs Puppeteer's left arm, then whips him. Puppeteer goes into the barricade, then he groans. "Oh man, Puppeteer's back must be hurt now," said announcer number 1. The stalker grabs a ladder, unfolds it, then slides it into the ring. "The first ladder of the match is coming into play," said announcer number 2. The stalker slides into the ring, grabs the ladder, picks it, then sets it up into the middle of it. "This is Stalker's chance," said announcer number 1. The stalker quickly climbs up the ladder, gets to the top of it, then reaches for the title. A steel chair gets thrown at the stalker. The stalker groans. Puppeteer picks up the steel chair, then throws it at the stalker. The steel chair hits the stalker again. The stalker falls off of the ladder, then groans. "That's a way to get your opponent off the ladder," said announcer number 2. Puppeteer folds up the ladder, walks towards the corner, then leans it. "Puppeteer must have an idea for the ladder," said announcer number 1. Puppeteer turns around. The stalker is standing up in the opposite corner. Puppeteer runs at the stalker, then jumps at him. The stalker moves. Puppeteer goes face first into the corner, then he groans. The stalker runs at Puppeteer, then does a corner clothesline onto him. Puppeteer groans. The stalker lifts Puppeteer onto his right shoulder, sees the ladder in the opposite corner, then runs towards it. Puppeteer lands onto his feet behind. The stalker then pushes him into the ladder. The stalker groans. "Stalker just went into the ladder," said announcer number 2. The stalker continues groaning, then turns around. Puppeteer runs, bounces off of the ropes, then does a clothesline onto the stalker. The stalker groans, then rolls towards the ropes. Puppeteer rolls outside of the ring, picks up a ladder, then slides it inside it. "Here comes another ladder," said announcer number 1. Puppeteer looks to his right, grabs a table, then slides it into the ring. "Tables, ladders and chairs," said announcer number 2. Puppeteer slides into the ring, sets up the table, grabs the second ladder, then sets it up next to the table. The stalker slowly stands up. Puppeteer runs at the stalker. The stalker dropkicks Puppeteer's right leg. Puppeteer goes face first into the ladder in the corner, then he groans. "Puppeteer just went face first into the ladder," said announcer number 1. The stalker stands up. Puppeteer turns around. The stalker lifts Puppeteer, then slams him onto the mat. Puppeteer groans. The stalker looks up at the ladder, then smiles. "I don't like that smile stalker just made," said announcer number 2. The stalker places Puppeteers onto the table, climbs up the second ladder, then gets to the top of it. "Whatever you're thinking, stalker, don't do it," said announcer number 1. The stalker looks down at Puppeteer, then jumps off of the ladder. Puppeteer moves. The stalker goes through the table. "Oh my God, stalker just crashed through the table," said announcer number 2. "This could be Puppeteer's chance," said announcer number 1. Puppeteer slowly stands up, walks towards the ladder, then pulls it towards the middle of the ring. "Now climb." "Puppeteer, climb," said announcer number 2. Puppeteer slowly climbs up the ladder, gets to the top of it, then reaches for the title. "Puppeteer is gonna retain," said announcer number 1. The stalker starts moving, quickly stands, then pushes the ladder. Puppeteer falls off of the ladder, then gets hung off the top rope. "Stalker saved his chances of winning the match," said announcer number 2. "Perfect timing." "2," said announcer number 1. The stalker is leaning against the ropes, walks, then sets up the ladder. "Now it's stalker's turn," said announcer number 2. The stalker slowly climbs the ladder. Puppeteer stands Up, runs, then does a jumping one-legged dropkick onto the stalker. The stalker falls off of the ladder, then rolls outside of the ring. What a jumping one-legged dropkick by Puppeteer, said announcer number 1. Puppeteer is kneeling on the mat next to the ropes, turns around, then looks up at the title. That's right. All you need to do is climb, said announcer number 2. Puppeteer stands up, then starts climbing the ladder. The stalker slides into the ring, stands up, then hits Puppeteer's back. Puppeteer groans. The stalker pulls Puppeteer down, then sets him up for a powerbomb. Stalkers going for a powerbomb, said announcer number 1. The stalker is walking. Puppeteer is punching the stalker's head. The stalker runs towards the ropes, then throws Puppeteer over the top rope. Puppeteer goes through a setup table. Oh my God! Stalker just threw Puppeteer over the top rope. Then through an already set up table, said announcer number 2. The stalker looks up at the title, then slowly walks towards the ladder. Genie runs down the ramp, grabs a steel chair, slides into the ring, then swings it. The steel chair hits the stalker's back. The stalker groans, then falls onto the mat. Genie continuously swings the steel chair. The steel chair continuously hits the stalker's back. The stalker continuously groaning. Genie rolls outside of the ring, grabs a ladder, then sets it between the ring and the barricade. What does Genie have in mind? Asked announcer number 1. Genie grabs a table, then slides it into the ring. He has a lot of things planned, said announcer number 2. Genie slides into the ring, then sets up the table. The stalker is slowly moving. Genie picks the stalker up, kicks his stomach, then sets him up for a powerbomb. Oh no! If he does this, stalker will definitely be out, said announcer number 1. Genie lifts the stalker. The stalker lands onto his feet. Behind Genie, then walks towards the ropes. Genie runs at the stalker. The stalker lifts Genie over the top rope. Genie goes through the bridge ladder, then he groans. Genie just went through the ladder he set up himself, said announcer number 2. How ironic. Now this could be stalker's chance, said announcer number 1. The stalker is leaning against the ropes, looks down at Genie, smiles, then turns around. Puppeteer does a one-legged dropkick onto the stalker. The stalker groans, then lays onto the mat. Puppeteer just knocked off stalker's head, said announcer number 2. And now, he'll climb up the ladder and retain his title, said announcer number 1. Puppeteer stands up, groans, then starts climbing up the ladder. Puppeteer has retained his title. Because stalker hasn't moved, said announcer number 2. Puppeteer gets to the top of the ladder, then reaches for the title. The hallowed runs down the ramp, then slides into the ring. Hallowed, he got screwed by Genie last time and almost won the title, said announcer number 1. The hallowed grabs the ladder. Puppeteer looks down at the hallowed, then shakes his head. The hallowed pushes the ladder. Puppeteer falls off of the ladder, then goes through the setup table. Oh man, Puppeteer just went through that table, said announcer number 2. And another ironic thing, Genie set that table up too, said announcer number 1. The hallowed sets up the ladder, taps the stalker's back, then picks him up. Go get that title, said the hallowed. The stalker slowly climbs up the ladder. Stalker's heading up the ladder, said announcer number 2. Genie slowly climbs onto the ledge of the ring. The hallowed looks at Genie, then superkicks him. Genie falls off of the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. Puppeteer is slowly standing up. The hallowed looks at Puppeteer, then superkicks him. Puppeteer falls through the middle rope, then lands onto the floor. Hallowed took out both Genie and Puppeteer, said announcer number 1. And Stalker's at the top of the ladder, said announcer number 2. The Stalker gets to the top of the ladder, reaches for the title, grabs, then unhooks it. Bell dings. Here's your winner and the new Transcontinental Champion, the Stalker, said announcer number 3. Stalker has dethroned Puppeteer. He has now become the Transcontinental Champion for the first time, said announcer number 1. I know I might not like his attitude, but he deserves this, especially after what Genie and Puppeteer did to him, said announcer number 2. And he got some help from Hallowed. Congratulations to Stalker. Who's our new Transcontinental Champion? Well, folks, we just received word that the Global Championship will be defended in a triple threat match. And I can't wait, said announcer number 1. Me either. Let's see what crazy things Mayhem could do, said announcer number 2. Pincher appears walking backstage. Snake hits Pincher from behind. Pincher groans, then drops the title. Snake is hitting Pincher's back. Pincher is groaning, then punches Snake. Snake groans, then kicks Pincher's stomach. Pincher groans. Oh no, Pincher's being attacked by Snake, said announcer number 1. Snake grabs Pincher, then throws him into some stacked boxes. The boxes fall onto Pincher. Mayhem jumps at Snake. Snake is groaning. Mayhem lays on top of Snake, then continuously punches him. Snake continuously groaning. Mayhem picks Snake up, then throws him into the wall. Snake groans. Mayhem looks, then approaches Pincher. Hey, are you alright? Asked Mayhem. Pincher punches Mayhem. Mayhem groans. Pincher stands up, punches Mayhem again, then throws him into a forklift. Mayhem groans. Pincher turns, then walks towards Snake. Snake sprays a fire extinguisher. Pincher is groaning. Snake swings the fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher hits Pincher's head. Pincher groans. Oh, that had to hurt, said announcer number 2. Snake looks at Mayhem, approaches him, then goes to swing the fire extinguisher. Mayhem kicks Snake's stomach. Snake groans, then drops the fire extinguisher. Mayhem stands up, then hits Snake's back. Snake groans. Mayhem grabs Snake, then throws him across a table. Snake lands onto the floor. Mayhem turns around. Pincher superkicks Mayhem. Mayhem groans, then falls onto the table. What a superkick, said announcer number 1. Pincher is walking, grabs Snake, kicks his stomach, then sets him up for a powerbomb. Pincher's gonna powerbomb Snake, said announcer number 2. Pincher lifts Snake. Snake punches Pincher's head, then lands onto his feet behind him. Pincher turns around. Snake kicks Pincher's stomach, grabs his head, then bounces it off a trunk. Pincher groans. Snake picks Pincher up. Mayhem runs across the other trunks, jumps off of them, then does a crossbody onto both Pincher and Snake. Oh, what a crossbody, said announcer number 1. All three are laying on the floor. And Dennis appears. Come on, get these guys away from one another. Hatred Slam competitors are helping Mayhem, Pincher, and Snake up. All three continue punching each other. And Quat, separate them, now, and Quat, yelled Anne. The Hatred Slam competitors are pulling all three of them apart. Oh man, I'm guessing we're not having our main event? Asked announcer number 2. I'm guessing not. Especially after that, said announcer number 1. I don't understand that. Snake could have waited until he got out here. He's the reason it started. said announcer number 2. Yes, he is. Well, folks, we're sorry about the main event. We want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye-bye, said announcer number 2, waving. The end.